Hello guys, Switch here with another Marvel Snap video, and in today's video I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Jubilee control and at least some attempt of it, because obviously it's going to be much better, much more improved later on due to the obviously access to Zabu and in other means and words the Series 4 cards or even Series 3 cards. But right now, it is what it is. So we are cracking on with the Series 2 cards, which is Agent 13. And if you really want to be more in control, you can just swap this card to the Electra. Because at the end of the day, it's a control deck, so I reckon Electra is going to fit much better this deck. But at the end of the day, on the highlights, I use the Agent 13, so I'm just gonna leave it. It's up to you. Iceman, obviously, to give a random card in your opponent hand +1 cost. Scorpion, because it's just amazing. It's just -1 power to every card on the opponent hand. Storm to just shut down the first location. You're just going to play this, and honestly, you just want to play this as soon as possible. There's no really any reason to wait for anything, because on the turn 4 you're supposed to carry on with the Jubilee. And the Jubilee control, it's amazing, but like I said, it's going to be much more consistent and much more, well, satisfying when you will get access to Zabu and Psylocke and you name it. Basically, you just want to be consistent to play this on the turn 3 instead of turn 4, but still, it's going to work smoothly. Jessica Jones, just because, like I said, we don't really have the access to the other cards we wish to, and that's super consistent card because it's always 8 power for 4 energy drop. Enchantress, because it's at the end of the day the control deck, but in the future I probably won't be playing with Enchantress. Regardless of, this card is super powerful. Sandman, like the best card, especially in the current meta, the Loki meta. This card is so powerful, but it's only going to be powerful if you are able consistently pull off the Jubilee on turn 3 and then playing this from the Jubilee, or either Lockjaw or any other card, you are able to play this from the deck and not really using the energy cost, because you don't want to play Sandman on for the energy cost. So if you have this card on the hand on the turn 5, you don't want to play this card. You're just focusing on the other choices, and then usually you will end up with the Spider Woman, because she's super efficient. Basically, it's a 12 energy. It's a 12 power for 5 energy. Because it's afflicting all enemy cards here with -1 power, so it's a super powerful card. Sometimes you might choose the Vision, or sometimes you might just remove Vision from this deck, because, like I said, the Vision is not really the important card in this deck. It's a control deck, so Vision is okay, but you rather to play definitely the Spider Woman. It's more stats, more value. And then at the end of the turn 5, I want to say at the end of the day, you're gonna play the America Chavez on the turn 6. That's what I meant. Because the Infinite, you are not going to play this card again from the hand, because there is not really any extra value for waiting on that turn 5, unless you're running She-Hulk, and then you can do the Sheen out deck, but then you have to have access to lots of other cards. Yeah, idea is to bring from the Jubilee the Infinite or the Sandman. So there are like top 2 choices, and they're top 2 choices because you don't really want to play them from the energy cost, and then the rest you can play smoothly on the turn 4 or the turn 5. And Vision, you might just consider to change it, but the thing is, like, I was trying to access as many cards from the Series 2, because right now I'm just making the decks from Series 2. Then when I'm finishing off the making the decks from Series 2, I will jump obviously to Series 3, and then we'll have access to more cards, and I'm not going to be focusing on just doing Series 1 and Series 2, if that makes any sense, though. I'm just going to do with everything what I have in my possession collection So yeah, this is basically self-explanatory. Deck sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. It's not like super efficient deck yet. It's not yet, but it's going to be. It's going to be because the Jubilee, Lockjaw, Zabu with the Sandman, it's just amazing, because if the half of your deck is like huge beefy cards, you know, so the Sandman is crazy. If you can pull Sandman consistently on the turn 3, you're just basically winning the game, because the majority of decks, they're running some aggro tempo Loki shit, right? And you're just playing the Sandman, and they can do, well, what they can do? They can do fuck all about this. It's just that, let's be honest, like they can do nothing about the Sandman, because players can only play one card a turn, and then just like, okay, cool, you have like lots of cards for one energy cost, but you can just play only one. So yeah, Sandman is it's amazing card. You just need to be able to play this consistently on the turn 3, and we are going to be able to do this, especially with the current spotlight caches, because we are actually getting the Zabu here, and we're getting the Ravona, so which opening the door for another cards with 1 or less power. So I'm thinking about actually opening everything here soon this week, because one more time, maybe it's a Series 4, but those 2 cards actually opening the door for so many possibilities. The thing is, like, I don't really need to create the top tier deck with, you know, you name it, the S tier cards. I can just create the deck with the cards which I possess right now, which I have in my collection, and still Zabu and Ravona can just utilize the rest of the cards. And the cards you might even not consider in the first place, but just simply because you can play them faster, basically your deck is going to be better off than any other deck. So with that being said, thank you much guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care and bye for now, and enjoy some few highlights. And obviously, like I said, this deck is serious too, so just don't be harsh on this deck. It's going to be consistent at some point. Take care and bye for now.
Wind, aid my hand.
Face the might of Asgard! Mjolnir! Mjolnir! To me!